In the hills west of Grants Pass is a small botanical preserve which highlights the diversity of the southern Oregon bioregion. In a 1-mile loop, hikers can experience 4 distinct plant communities that illustrate the complex and diverse vegetative patterns which exist here.
We are not young. We are not in a hurry. We like to study the landscape features and the small details, the flora, the fauna, the long arc of geological history.
We believe, like Aristotle, that in all things of nature there is something of the marvelous. We are Elizabeth and Terry. We are 2 on a trail. Good morning. We are at the Limpy Creek Special Botanical Area. We just started up this trail and we got stopped by some interesting plants, and the rock itself, which is serpentinite, has created this special botanical area, and the flowers that exist here have all had to adapt to this habitat. There's probably going to be a lot of interesting things to see. It's not a very long trail, but we're excited about exploring it. So let's go. That's Klamath down there, right down by the water. People have lived on Limpy Creek for countless generations. They have stewarded this land since time immemorial and still live and thrive here. This area was called Limpy Creek because that was the name a white settler gave to a native person who lived up here. And they discovered a village, tribal village, that had been occupied for 600 years, and they were building a bridge over a highway nearby. So this not only has botanical interest, but also human interest. All of these people who lived here there was an Indian War in 1856, and all of the people who lived here were relocated to the northern Oregon coast, where they were badly treated and not allowed to return. It's kind of the typical story of native sadness and white indifference that we have heard so much about here. So part of coming here to this place is to honor the memory of people who love this place. This place was their home and they lost it. One of the reader boards at Limpy Botanical Area has been modified to read, "In the spirit of the original native botanists, walk." The greatest diversity of plant species known in the Pacific Northwest exists here in the Klamath-Siskiyou bioregion, the part of Oregon that is oldest geologically and one that has been available as a home for plant life for a very, very long time.
We are walking through a serpentine meadow where the size of plants is low, but the diversity is quite high. Some of these plant species who have adapted to the unique soil conditions exist nowhere else on planet Earth. Interspersed with the meadows are rocky outcrops, where lichens are well adapted to break down the rocks. Plants who thrive here must force their roots into small pockets of soil trapped between the rocks and store water in their roots, stems, and leaves rather than rely on soil moisture. We are moving into a mixed forest community composed of layers of trees and shrubs, including ponderosa pine, Douglas fir, white-leaf manzanita, tan oak, brewer's oak, big-leaf maple, and an extensive wildflower community. Wild roses. We have dropped down into the cool shade of the riparian community with its dense vegetation, higher humidity and soil moisture, and cooler overall temperatures, a haven for many species from the heat of summer days.
It's good to feel lost. Not in a physical sense, for the trail's right there. More like feeling temporarily displaced. Just part of the larger world, taking a place among the other beings. As Richard Powers once said, there is endless purpose in learning to love what is so richly not us, in giving what is more than human the sanctity that right now we only give ourselves. For we humans are a wholly owned subsidiary of life, and not the other way around.